So you couldn't have just remade Charlie's Angels again? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm new here on YouTube, so please consider supporting me and my channel by subscribing, leaving a like, and a comment down below in this video. But without any further ado, let's talk about the 355, or the 355, because I've been calling it the 355 up till its release, but it's actually the 355, so let's talk about the 355. The 355 is from director Simon Kinberg. It stars Jessica Chastain, Fan Bingbing, Penelope Cruz, Diane Kruger, and Lupita Nyong'o. Sorry if I messed up your name, because I really feel that I did there. It consists of these female agents who are like part of this special group, and they take care of special missions. Also, Sebastian Stan's in the movie, and essentially they have to stop this enemy plot that's a threat to the United States, because I'm trying not to spoil anything about the movie in case you're really looking forward to going to see it. And along the way, they get into a bunch of action, and, fights and chases and typical spy stuff. But this movie did it in the most underwhelming way possible. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on this movie, but this movie just, I couldn't help but feel, it felt like Charlie's Angels knockoff meets Jason Bourne meets James Bond meets Quantico. Like, if anyone's out there seen the ABC show Quantico, it's kind of like all this felt amalgamated into just like this one big mess. And it seemed like it was trying too hard to go too big to be too much. But before I get into my negatives, I don't want to make out like this whole movie was terrible, because it wasn't. So let's talk about the positives. Nobody gives a bad performance in here, with the exception, to me, of Sebastian Stan, who gives a pretty lifeless performance, which I wasn't too crazy on. Aside from that, everybody in here does a really good job. Fan Bingbing in particular, I think she did a phenomenal job with what she had to work with, and she really was a scene stealer to me, and I liked watching her on screen. The girls' camaraderie is funny, and they're cool to see together, and it's nice to see them all just going around and kicking butt and stuff. It was nice to see that. The stunts, they look good. They look like they're well choreographed, but there's enough problems with this movie, not because it's bad, but because we've seen it before. I'm not trying to be negative about this movie, but pretty much everything in it we have seen before somewhere better. And when it comes to action movies nowadays, you can only do the same plot so many times before it just gets old. And this kind of felt like a lot of recycled plots and a lot of recycled things we've seen in other places. And it didn't resonate with me. I didn't enjoy myself very much. I didn't have a lot of expectations going to it. I remember seeing the trailer, and I wasn't too crazy about it, but I thought it would somehow maybe pull it off a little better than this. And it didn't work for me. It feels very overused, like old plots, old ideas, old schemes. Even some of the action sequences in the movie look like action sequences I've seen in other movies, like they've been copy-pasted. And I don't know, there was just something very underwhelming and lacking when I watched the movie. Kinberg directed this, which, he's not necessarily directed my favorite movies of all time. He's kind of never been that impressive, I guess the word would be, as I would like him to be, and this still feels like typical films he'd make. I just feel like this movie has a lot of potential. It really had a great thing going for it. This could have began a new spy series, possibly, or could have just been a movie stand on its own, because nowadays we have so many sequels, it probably would have tried to go to a series, and it doesn't do it right. It just falls flat. It's trying too hard to reach that bar and be something special, and in the process, it's not quite making it there. However, I will say the script in this movie, for dialogue anyway, is great. They have some really great lines in the movie. There's this cool scene where they're all bantering, trying to make this plan, and I liked it. I thought it was funny, and I enjoyed it. And the characters do seem like they have characters, and they're not just people with a niche. Like, a lot of times in action movies nowadays, we'll have people with niches. There'll be the person with a niche who's good at computers. There's a person with a niche who says they're good with guns. There's a person with niche, they usually have that. And oftentimes they'll have to tell you what they're good at. Here it was more or less like you watch the movie and they let you figure out on your own what these girls are good at. They kind of set it up, but It didn't feel forced, and it felt really cool. And that's the whole thing. This movie is not a bad movie. I don't want you to think it is. It's not a bad movie. It just didn't live up to what I think it really could have lived up to be. There is like a stack of potential, but it tried so hard, it didn't do it right, if that makes sense. And I'm really sorry because I wanted this movie to be better, but I can't say it's all that great. I'm going to have to give it 4 out of 10 stars because it just didn't do what it needed to do to be anything beyond just another action movie that's pretty disposable and forgettable. As always for watching, guys. Be sure to look forward to new videos because I've taken quite a long break from putting videos on this channel because I've been working on a very large video that's coming out in 2 days, and that's why there's been nothing on this channel. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.